organization. And it's exciting, and I'll tell you more about why. But we're excited. We love our new brand, we love our new logo, and just super excited about the weeks and years and decades ahead.
Yeah, I am too. Really with this, and hang on, the acoustics are kind of odd with the hard hat, but I'm pretty excited about this, Scott. And so, before we bring our guest on today, who I'm also thrilled to speak with, let's take a moment and actually talk then about ConstructionReady.
Yes.
Do you mind if we dive into this? Because I'm just really excited for you to have the opportunity to share all of this information. So, talk to me a little bit about, well, first of all, what is the new website?
Yeah, well, ConstructionReady.org is our new website. And, CEFCA's been around a long time, Construction Education Foundation of Georgia. We were started in 1993, so almost 30 years we've been around, which is hard to believe. But yeah, I have to give a shout out to our marketing and branding guy. His name is Danny Peavy, and he approached me I guess it's been about 18 months ago now. And he said, your name, this CEFCA name is problematic. He said, no one knows what it means. People pronounce it different ways. You hear CEFCA, you hear CIFCA, and then what does CEFCA stand for? And you say Construction Education Foundation. And before you can finish saying it, people are falling asleep. You can see the glaze over in their eyes, right? And so Danny said, he said, in this day and age, you have to have a name that grabs people quickly, right? And he said, ConstructionReady is it, and it was interesting because we had just hired him as a branding consultant. So it was really courageous of Danny to offer that up as a solution when we had our brand for 27 years, right? It takes a lot of courage to tell somebody who's had a brand for 27 years that you need to change that brand and you need to change the name. But he offered it up, and the more we all thought about it, the more we were like, that makes a whole lot of sense, because what we like about ConstructionReady is it is very descriptive of who we are and what we do as an organization. We help people get ready for a career in the construction industry. And so basically 2 words and 2 seconds, you have a pretty good idea of what we do as an organization, which is a lot better than our old name. So we're just excited to be, in this place, and excited about what we can do with this name. The other thing I'll mention, Kayleen, is our old name, CEFCA, it locked us down in Georgia, right? Because CEFCA meant Construction Education Foundation of Georgia. And as you know, we're very interested in doing work outside of Georgia, and we're getting a ton of calls and interest from other states. And so we just felt like ConstructionReady would be a much more scalable brand to allow us to move our work beyond the state of Georgia. So, but to be clear, we're still based in Georgia. Georgia is still our home state and where we're going to be focusing most of our attention, but we are beginning to scale outside of Georgia. And the ConstructionReady brand is going to really help us do that, we believe.
I completely agree, Scott. It's a great moment to celebrate, and it does explain so succinctly what it is about. But just a little bit more in depth, ConstructionReady offers a free 20-day educational program that prepare those who are 18 years and over for a job in the construction industry. So tell us a little bit about what students learn in those 20 days and how ConstructionReady prepares graduates for a career in the skilled trades.
Yeah, so it's a fast-paced program, right? And so it is only 20 days, and people hear that and they're like, well, how are you really preparing people for a career? And what we're doing is we're giving our students foundational skills, right? So we gathered some of our best construction employers and we said, what does the ideal entry-level person have in terms of foundational skills? And they said, they really need to know how to read a set of plans and specifications. They need to know the basics of reading a set of plans. They need to know basic construction math. The other big thing is just being safe, working safely. That's a huge deal, as you know, Kayleen. So we do things like OSHA 10 hour and CPR first aid and, basic things that if a person walks on a site, we have some confidence that they're going to keep themselves safe and they're going to help keep other workers on the site safe as well. And so just basic things like that, also basic hand and power tools. In fact, we're showing the schedule now. You can see that NCCER is a big part of the program. They offer all sorts of credentials in hand tools, power tools, print reading, and we offer those credentials through our 20-day program. The other big thing is just soft skills or professional skills. And that is, basic things like showing up on time, how to communicate with your coworkers and how to communicate with your boss or your supervisor. Just the basics that it takes to get and keep a job in the construction industry. And then the hope is that this program will help people get a foot in the door with a company, right? We're not training carpenters, electricians, plumbers. We're not training the next Kayleen McCabe, for example. But our hope is that one day they will become the next Kayleen, or they will become a skilled electrician or plumber. And so we match them with companies who will allow them to continue to grow and learn and grow in our industry. And so that's what the program is mostly about, is helping people get a foot in the door in our industry, making sure that they're safe and productive when they step foot on a construction site. But really the most important thing is setting them up for future success in our industry beyond that entry-level job. So that's our focus with our program.
It's fantastic, because if you've never had the opportunity to work in the industry at all, this is a really nice kind of basic breakdown, and then giving you the opportunity to explore further, because obviously you can take one of those careers and go in any sort of direction after that. And so how can our viewers learn more about this program?
Yeah, ConstructionReady.org. Our new site is completely reimagined. It's very clear. If you're a job seeker, if this is something you're interested in, our site is very clear. Hey, go here to learn more about our program. Go here to get trained. Go here to see the schedule. It's very clear once you land there what your next steps are. And if you're an employer, you might be an employer saying, how can I hire some of these graduates? There's also a very clear call to action up there in the upper right. Hire our graduates. So you sign up, and basically that opens the door for you to begin interviewing and potentially hiring our graduates. So yeah, we love our new site. We love the look of it. We love the functionality of it. And we're happy to be here today making this official announcement as Construction Ready.
It really is wonderful and a great thing to celebrate. So I like the site, and it's very easy to kind of navigate and go through. Who can participate in this program?
Yeah, pretty much anyone, Kayleen. You do have to be over 18 to participate in our direct training program. But as you know, we also have a K-12 program that focuses on youth. So 18 and under. If you're a high school student, a middle school student, even an elementary student, we have programs for you within Construction Ready. In fact, Kayleen, you're very familiar with our Little Builders program. You helped teach it, right? You helped create it. You helped teach it for us. And that's one of the ways we connect with elementary students. But we also have formalized middle school programs and formalized high school programs. So we pretty much, no matter your age, there is a way for you to engage with Construction Ready at ConstructionReady.org.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, I am very passionate about talking to the elementary school students. So thank you for giving me that outlet as well, because I don't know, something about making sure we re-encourage or reinforce this awesome notion that this is a great career path throughout all of our learning is really important. So let's go back though, talking about the students who get to participate in the Construction Ready program, that great 20-day sort of very focused training. What happens after graduation? Do graduates go to work right away? And do you have any idea what their typical salary is?
They do. So the way our program works is on day 19, we do something called a hiring fair, where we invite our employers in to meet our graduates. So people who watch it say it's a little like speed dating, because the employers will come in and kind of move around the room and talk to our different graduates. And then at the end of that process, at the end of that day 19, the employers rank our graduates and our graduates rank our employers. And then we pray for a lot of 1-to-1s and 2-to-2s, and we match those graduates up with employers. And then our students graduate on Friday, so that the hiring fair happens on a Thursday. Graduates graduate on Friday. They find out on Friday who they've matched with, what employer they've matched with, and then they report to work that following Monday. So they get the weekend off to celebrate, and they're reporting to work that following Monday morning. And yes, so these are entry-level jobs. We're seeing anywhere from $13 to $17 an hour on average for our graduates, and those are starting wages. But as I mentioned earlier, we work really hard to place our graduates with companies who are not going to put them in a dead-end job, right? We want to put our graduates with employers who are going to allow our graduates to continue to learn and grow and climb as high as they want to climb within the company. I mean, we've seen foremen, superintendents. We've even seen, Kayleen, we've even seen company owners. Some of our graduates, we've been doing the program now for 7 years. Some of our graduates have already gone on to start their own businesses.
That's great.
Which is amazing. And as you know, that's one of the beautiful things about the construction industry is you can climb as high as you want to climb. You may start out in an entry-level position, but you can climb that career ladder as high as you want to climb it in construction because there are just so many opportunities out there.
It's wonderful. It really is so true. So, oh my goodness, Scott, thank you very much for sharing this awesome news. And I'm really excited because our guest today is Darius King, and he went through the Construction Ready program. So this is a really nice blend, but you are going to be hanging out for the rest of lunch because I'm hoping that our viewers have a lot of questions that you are going to answer, and we'll see you in a bit.
Sounds good. Thanks, Kayleen.
Awesome. Thanks, Scott. And awesome. Hey, Darius, welcome so much.
How you doing?
I'm terrific. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Thank you very much for joining us. I'm thrilled because I'm jealous, actually. I wish that I could have gone through this program before because I don't know, I wasn't focused, and residential construction is weird. So,
Yes.
but you are a construction ready graduate. And not only that, but now you're an assistant superintendent at Hogan Construction. So
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit why you decided to enroll into the construction ready program?
Well, I'm gonna say it was divine intervention. I'm gonna put it like that. You know, someone actually walked up to me and handed me the flyer for Construction Ready, and I kept the flyer in my car for about a week. And then I decided, I said, let me call and see what's going on with this. And I called and I came down and, you know, I got into the program, and it was very life-changing, you know, because I was headed down the wrong path at that moment in time. And this was something I needed. You know, it kind of slowed me down, slowed my pace down, gave me something to work forward to. So, like I said, it was life-changing.
I love this too because I don't know, I'm in the industry, and now you get to work in this beautiful art form too, and then it is also a great career. Like, what? I mean,
Yes, it is.
in a second, I can't wait to geek out about all the stuff you're working on. But let's with the class. Did you learn enough information to really help you prepare for your first day on the job in the construction industry?
Well, we learned a lot of skills, but the skills that I learned while we were going through our process were more personal things, as far as being responsible and taking control of your life. You know, that's what I got out of the program, because at that point in time, you know, I could have went down the wrong road and kept doing what I was doing, but I had to make a choice whether I was going to do this and see how it goes, or whether I was going to just flunk out of the program and not pay it any attention. You know, so I had to become very responsible in this program. Like, it was like a job going through the program. We had to be there on time, you know, and we had to pay attention, take tests, you know, random drug screens, you know, so it was like really working. And there were a lot of people who didn't make it through the process, you know, so I was just glad that I made it through the process.
It's a huge honor to make it through the process, because that is a ton of responsibility for a class when you think about it. I mean, those are like, and it's really the responsibilities that you need in the industry to be successful. So
yes, it is
awesome. Well, why construction?
I'm not gonna say that construction was just my first thing that I thought of, but I had a lot of friends who had worked in construction, and it's like, I'm more into being outdoors than being locked inside a cubicle. And, you know, so that's the big part for me. I like going from place to place. I mean, being on different sites. I mean, watching the process of buildings being built. And that was the big thing for me, that I wasn't going to be confined to a space.
I love that answer because I'm the same way, really. And it's really funny looking how bundled up you are. Like, I'm in Colorado and you look like you're dressed for where I'm at, but I don't know. Georgia cold is different. Like, oh, it's
yes, it is.
cold, it's humid. I have so much respect for you for working in the humidity. Oh, that is like, yeah, bravo to that. So how long now have you been in the industry? And then where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I've been here like 4 years now, and you know, in the next 5 years, I'm working towards being a superintendent. You know, so I was kind of fast tracked to this assistant superintendent job, but I've been applying myself to be the person and work the role that they need me to be in. So, you know, in the next 5 years, I'm hoping to make it to being superintendent and actually just running the job myself.
Heck yeah, I'm gonna come visit you and be like, I'm looking for the gentleman with the white hat who's boss.
Yes.
Yes, I love it. I cannot wait. What is one thing that you want others to know about the construction industry?
I would say it's inviting. And if you have a situation in life that you've been through, or you kind of think there's no open road for you to change your life, you know, and the construction industry is based on life changing, because it's for individuals who've been through circumstances, and they open the door to those individuals, you know, so it doesn't matter what kind of background you have, what kind of things you've been doing in life wrong, or anything, you know, the door is open. So that's a big plus about being in the construction industry.
I'm happy you said that, because I have found the same thing. It's incredibly welcoming and really like, are you breathing? Come join us. We want you to hang out.
Yes.
Our job sites are cool.
Yes.
Like, we build cool things, like come hang out. So I'm happy you said that. What is something that surprised you about your career?
Well, I'm gonna say the most surprising thing is just Hogan Construction. You know, I talk to other people about companies that they work for, and it's more of you're just a number at some companies, but with Hogan Construction, I mean, it's actually a real family type situation going on, and they're always here to make sure that you do better if that's what you're looking for. You know, so it's I say it's all about the company you work for. And I mean, you need to be with a company that looks forward to you progressing with inside the company.
It's true, because to be honest, we are the company's most important tools. You know, it's not that like giant piece of machinery, it's actually the people creating it. And so it's true. And Holder is again, if I can handle the humidity, I'd come be like your laborer. Heck yeah. What project are you most proud of? And like, because I know everyone drives by like, I worked on that. What's your favorite one to like drive?
Well, my favorite one is Broad Street. You know, that was my first project from beginning to end. So that was like, I mean, like the opening to my career right there. And, you know, I'll say it was the superintendent I worked with was great. His name is Scott McGee. And he really opened my eyes to a lot of things about construction. And he kind of guided the pathway for me while we were working. And that's really the most important thing to me now, is the person who I'm working with, whether they're open to teaching me, whether they're open to listening to my concerns, whether they're business or personal, you know, and Hogan has people inside their business who are able to do that, who are able to uplift you and move you forward.
It's true, you know, and that's what I'm so happy. Like, I don't know, you've said a lot of things that we just take for granted. And it is that mentorship, partnership. And, you know, like 20 weeks is a great introduction for Construction Ready to get your taste.
Yes.
But it's a lifetime of learning in the industry still. Like,
Yes.
I'm sure like I'm sure you learned something today at work.
Yes.
It never ever ends. And it's wonderful to hear that, that Hogan is such, they really want to encourage and facilitate and foster that relationship, because that's how you have a successful company for years. And that project you worked on, Darius, that's beautiful.
Yes, it was. It was very beautiful.
Do you go and like hang out at? Is it a facility that you can?
I actually haven't had the opportunity. I went to a gala there, but I haven't had the opportunity to just indulge in it. It's a restaurant and bar, and then they have like a pavilion where they hold concerts at. It's like a big green space in the middle, and I haven't had a chance to just get out there and enjoy it, but I will soon.
I highly encourage it. And next time I'm coming to town, I'm buying you a beverage at said location, because I can't wait to geek out with somebody who was like actually there for the construction. It's awesome. Yes. Oh my goodness. Darius, what a treat. Thank you so much for joining us today and hanging out and sharing some of your cool information. This is awesome. And welcome back, Scott. What did you think today about lunch?
Well, so Darius, it is so good to see you again, man.
Yes.
One thing that occurred to me is we get a lot of praise for our Construction Ready program and how many people we've helped over the years, but it's really, it's you, Darius, that make this program a huge success, because you take what we give you and you go out and you thrive in the industry, right? And yes. I shared this with you at graduation. That's what opens up doors for thousands of people behind you, right? Because you're out there impressing these employers, and you're not just out there as a laborer or stuck in that entry-level position. You're thriving in this industry, and you're climbing like we talk, Kayleen and I talk about it all the time. We talk, about all the ways you can climb in upper industry, but you are a real life, real breathing example of that. And so we really owe any success that we have with this program, we owe it to you and the other graduates who have gone out there and impressed the heck out of these employers, because what ends up happening is these employers say, man, where do I get another Darius King? Where do I get another one of these graduates? So I want to say thank you, for going out and impressing these employers. We are so proud of you and all you're doing in our industry, and just keep it up. That's all I have to say. We appreciate you.
Yes, thank you.
I love it. Yeah, when I come to town, I want to know, because I'm going to drive by and be like, Darius King was on that project. I know him.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is just so Darius, it's been 4 years, is that right, since you went through this program?
It has.
And you were at Westside Works, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember, man. It's so good to see you again. And Hogan's a great company, as you said. I mean,
it is.
I've known about Hogan. Paul Hogan is the founder of the company, and I've known Paul. In fact, you guys built Westside Works, if I'm not mistaken, right?
We did.
Hogan built it. Were you involved in that project?
I came by a couple of times. I wasn't there from the beginning, but I came through for a couple of weeks. And it was kind of crazy. And I was like, I just left this building, and I'm like, this company is here working on this building. So that was kind of nice.
Isn't that wild? I mean, yes. So you went through the program, and then the company you're working with is now building the headquarters for the program, right? And so it is awesome, Darius. Well, we appreciate you and the way you continue to make us proud. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you so much, Darius. This has been fantastic. And really, I didn't realize about the locations. And Scott, talk a little bit about that, because you mentioned Westside Works, but where are some of the other locations for the classes?
Yeah, so Kayleen, we're all over the city. We started on West Side at Westside Works, and that was the program that Darius is in. But we're all over the city of Atlanta. We have programs in Gwinnett County, Cobb County, and then also throughout Georgia. We're in Columbus, Augusta, Macon, Savannah. We're statewide. But then the most exciting news, Kayleen, is we're now officially outside of the state of Georgia. We have our first program in Jacksonville, Florida. That's starting on March 13th, I believe. And it is in partnership with the Jacksonville Jaguars. You know, they're doing, the Jags are building this new sports performance complex. It's a training facility for the Jags. And basically they want to take the building of that complex and allow local residents to help build that project. And so they're bringing us in to train local workers to be able to help build that project. Very similar to what we did with Arthur Blank and the Atlanta Falcons when they built Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So we are so excited to be in Jacksonville and getting that program started there. And of course, ConstructionReady.org is where you go to sign up, whether you are a student wanting to work in our industry, just like Darius, or if you're an employer and you need to hire some of our graduates, go to ConstructionReady.org and you can sign up and learn exactly how to do that. But that's it, Kayleen. Thank you so much. It's so good to see you today.
It is a terrific, and Sky, it's not just, that is a huge bit of news for lunch today. So I appreciate this is a delicious meal. Darius, thank you so much again for joining us to celebrate Construction Ready, and also your awesomeness. Yeah, I'll definitely be visiting you on a job site in the near future, because construction friends forever. So Scott, thank you again for sharing the news. I hope everyone goes to check out ConstructionReady.org, because what a cool opportunity to get to work in Jacksonville or any of the neat programs in Atlanta. So to all of our viewers and fans, thank you so much for joining us for another lunch, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Thanks, Kayleen. Thanks, Darius.
All right, thank you. You all have a good one.